everybody, and welcome to this absolutely fantastic day of racing here at Clay Pigeon. We are about to get ourselves underway here for the qualifying session for the second round of the 2018 birelART UK Series from a glorious Clay Pigeon Raceway just down the road from Jenson Button's old pad. And 30 years ago, almost to the day, is when he started his own motor racing journey, as many of these young cadets about to head out for the qualifying sessions will be doing so. Jake Sanson here in the commentary position just above the start-finish line here at the Clay Pigeon Raceway circuit. We've had an entire day of testing yesterday, and it's sure to be another cracking day's action today. We've got 3 different classes over the course of the weekend, of course, to talk about, and they will be absolutely fantastic, all of them, as we will have some amazing racing. And we will have some brilliant action from the juniors with their 60cc cadets, with their 60cc engines, the juniors with their 100cc's, and the seniors with their 125cc engines as well. It's going to be a great day of racing here at Clay Pigeon Raceway, and we have some terrific racing on the way with 9 races in total. And it will be a case of qualifying sessions for each of the classes, followed by the heats individually, and then of course we will have all of the action as well from the pre-finals and then the final. The pre-finals and finals will come after the lunch break. We'll have qualifying and heat 1 for each class this morning. We were last here at Clay Pigeon 10 months ago, and I have to say it's quite incredible how much heat we have here this weekend compared to the July weekend last year. It's comparable, if not slightly hotter than it was 10 months ago, and that was a pretty exciting meeting then. So we have it all to do again here this weekend with a very heat hazy summer breeze trying to heat us all up and toast us to a crisp here at the Clay Pigeon Raceway. It's going to be a really exciting day of action with each of the 9 races to come. And of course, for the Cadet Championship that we have waiting to go out for their qualifying session, it's already been a pretty exciting start to the season with the championship leader, Nathan Tighe, the number 5, having done so well at Landau. He will now try and continue on his very successful start to the season here at the second round of the championship at Clay Pigeon. But there's a lot of drivers who will try and take that championship lead away from him over the course of the day. Of course, the reigning champion, Ellis Stevens, will be a factor. The leading rookie from last year, Oakley Keatley, him and Nathan Tighe have been inseparable this weekend. And there's going to be some absolutely fantastic action at the Clay Pigeon circuit as we get ourselves underway for first qualifying. For all those of you who are watching via the birelART UK Series Facebook page, a massive congratulations to everybody at Alpha Live for getting us up and running. A slight delay this morning, but we are now up and running as scheduled. So all fantastic stuff. We've got some cracking race action to come. So as the drivers are getting themselves underway for qualifying, it's always going to be a spectacular battle that greets us around this majestic circuit. It's done so many times before. And we are live on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, and we are also live via Downforce UK in a couple of moments' time. So a hearty welcome to you if you've just joined us. Welcome along on the birelART UK Series Facebook page or on Downforce UK on Spreaker, wherever you are. It is a fantastic day of race action here. We had all of the testing sessions yesterday, and that gave us some interesting indications as to what we're going to see over the course of the next few hours. But it's birelART cadets that are out on circuit first, and they are going to give us some absolutely terrific qualifying action over the next 8 3/4 minutes. So the battle will begin. Yesterday it was all about Ellis Stevens, fastest in both of the practice sessions, but the championship leader heading into this round is the number 5, Nathan Tighe, after his success in the final at Landau last time out. So we move from Wales to Dorset, and the beautiful Frome sunshine is absolutely fantastic here as we get ourselves underway on Jenson Button's old hunting ground. So as the drivers get themselves underway for the action here, it's going to be a really exciting battle for each of the drivers in qualifying, as well as the established drivers. There's also the rookies. Good luck to Hudson Cross, number 100, from Sarah Cross, watching at home. It's going to be some absolutely brilliant race action for him. He's done very well so far, actually. In practice yesterday, he was very competitive. Watch these two out front. We've got the 5 and the 9, Nathan Tighe and Oakley Keatley, working together. They've been basically helping each other out most of this weekend. They're good mates on and off the track. They've been working together to get their speed up in practice, and it looks as though they're working in tandem here today for the qualifying session as well. Ellis Stevens sets the initial pace of 39.796. Very fast stuff in the early phase of the action. So great to see her putting in a fast lap straight away. as the battle continues. The rookies are starting to really move their way up the order as well. Some good moves over the course of the sessions from Craig Evans, who didn't quite join the warm-up session earlier, had to do a separate warm-up of his own, hence our little bit of a delay. But Craig Evans has been very much looking forward to this one. He ran very well in practice sessions yesterday, and anyone who was listening along to the Downforce UK feed yesterday would have heard our interview with him. But at the moment it's Ella Stevens who tops the timesheets from Nathan Ty and Oakley Keatley, who are working together out front. Kylan Ingram in 4th place, Charlie Humphreys and Callum Lockett from Jamie Gurney and Aidan Hassan. Then it is the first of the rookies, Archie Heron from Craig Evans, and then we have Jamie Scott. Lily Jeffs is in the mix as well from Hudson Cross, Chase Sharp, Josh Turnbull, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. So good to see Ella Stevens at the front at the moment, but only by 0.03 of a second now. Oakley Keatley is getting faster. Make that 0.05 of a second. My apologies. Oakley Keatley has done a time that is just 0.054 slower than Ella Stevens in qualifying. And with only 6 minutes left in qualifying, it's going to be very, very close in the birelART Cadets. Ella Stevens is on her own, banging in lap times at the moment, trying to pound around with the new graphics kit she's got on her car this weekend. Really great to see the Immunage colours all over her machine as she runs out in formation at the front of qualifying. But Oakley Keatley and Nathan Ty working together, trying to get the time down. There are a couple of the rookies, that's Chase Sharp and Hudson Cross, having a good run around the circuit together. And they were doing a very good job right from the beginning of the academy yesterday. Of course, we have the Cadet Academy every time we go out for a championship round. You can, if you're a youngster and you've never done the birelART UK series before and you are of cadet age, you can attend the Cadet Academy on the Saturday morning of each round of the championship, beginning at 9 o'clock. And it's only £100, well, it's actually £99 actually. So the drivers can attend it, get a bit of training from the guys who know. And obviously, if you like it enough, you can even, if you're of age, enter the race the next day if you wish to, as many drivers have done in the Cadet Academy over the last year and a half. Ella Stevens completes another lap, and her time is now a 39.642, so she is going slightly quicker. And that's really good news from her. Oakley Keatley on a 39.657 is not far away. Then it's Charlie Humphreys up to 3rd place. Nathan Ty is 4th from Kylan Ingram and Jamie Gurney. Then we have Callum Lockett, Archie Heron, Aidan Hassan, Craig Evans, Jamie Scott, Hudson Cross, Lily Jeffs. Then we have Josh Turnbull. And then in behind it's Chase Sharp, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. Still making up time, still making up progress. Jake Bell, one of the newer drivers in the championship. So all still going well. Now the established guard out in front. The drivers from last year are at the sharp end of the field. Stevens, Keatley, Ty, Humphreys, Ingram, Gurney and Lockett in that order. Archie Heron, the rookie, slightly quicker than Aidan Hassan, who didn't have the greatest of days yesterday, but he's starting to make the progress back again, and he's got that speed that we're used to seeing from him. But the man who's really impressing at the moment is Archie Heron, the rookie driver. This is only his second race meeting, and the 59 is going very well indeed, it has to be said. Now mixing it in with the top of the tree. So things going very well indeed as the drivers are working their magic around the circuit. Melissa Zaffino wishes Callum Lockett a good luck and good racing here today. 4 minutes to go, and to be fair, Callum Lockett is right up there in 7th position on the timesheets at the moment. Not the only one. A good luck to Jake Bell, sent in from Martin Lee. And Jake Bell is not doing a bad job, actually, considering the progress he is making. A 45.3, he is going faster and faster every time he goes out on the circuit. So fair play to Jake Bell. He is working his magic beautifully as things currently stand. And of course, there's a lot of support this weekend for the lady at the top of the tree at the moment. Wayne Clark saying, good luck, Ella. Ella Stevens is having a really good season in 2018. She won the Cadet Championship last year. She's been fighting for supremacy since this new season started. And alongside her national campaign, where she's in the top 20 drivers in Britain at the moment as a privateer entry at national level, she's come back to her beloved birelART Championship. She loves it very dearly. And as the reigning cadet champion, she is getting faster and faster with every time she goes out. And even up against drivers a couple of years older than her, she is still incredibly quick. So 2 minutes 45. Ella Stevens out in front in qualifying. There's a lot of battles further back, though, from the likes of Oakley Keatley in the 9 and Nathan Ty in the 5, as they are working together to try and move forward. There's Ella Stevens coming out of the final turn with Craig Evans in pursuit. Ella Stevens, one of the hottest young talents, I think the youngest female national champion in British karting. age 10. I don't think there's been a national champion as young as 10 years old of the female persuasion. The only other one I can think of at national level who's won a major title is Abby Pulling, who won the Junior TKM in the same season last year at the age of 14. So very impressive stuff from Ella Stevens. But the rookie's doing a fine job. We've also got Chase Sharp battling it out there with Josh Turnbull just in behind Ella Stevens. Watch these two work together though. Nathan Ty and Oakley Keatley working together as they run round the circuit and having a fantastic day of it as they are there in second and third position, working together, clearly helping to try and catch up to the fast lady, Ella Stevens. Charlie Humphreys going well in fourth position as well. This is a much stronger weekend from Charlie. We expected him to be fighting for the title right from the off. He had a difficult weekend at Landau, but here at he seems to have found his fighting form once more. Got to keep an eye on Kylan Ingram as well. He's right in the mix in fifth position at the moment, only 3/10 back. He has a little bit of a disadvantage over some of the other drivers because his height is a bit of an issue. He's a bit tall compared to some of the other drivers, but he still loves his cadets. He's just waiting with bated breath for his moment to move up to the juniors, but he's still one of the top drivers in cadets and spent a lot of Landau having some cracking battles, and it's great to see him in the mix fighting for positions. Jamie Gurney looks like he's finally got his speed back. He's still a little way off the pace where he wants to be, but good to see him there in the top six. Still battling away. Jamie Gurney hoping for a lot more from this weekend, and he's got the speed and the capabilities to do it. From sixth position on the grid, that will be a nice position for him to be in. Absolutely fantastic stuff thus far. And considering that Oakley Keatley is doing so well, we should point out that he's got a bit of a fan club at home. Good luck, Oakley. Mum, Josh and Roxy are having a great time watching as we count down the final few seconds of the session, and to see him on the front row is very encouraging indeed at this point. Only 0.015 away from Ella Stevens' best time, so Oakley Keatley very much with an opportunity to move his way forward this time. So the fan club in earnest everywhere around the circuit then for various different drivers as they're all in there battling for positions. We are live here on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, courtesy of Alpha Live, and of course on the Downforce UK radio stream on Spreaker as well. If you can't make it to watch Facebook in your cars or anything like that, or you want to listen to it on the way home if you're a driver, the checkered flag comes out very shortly indeed. It does so now at the finish line, and that is the end of qualifying. So the times are going to remain. Keatley and Ty will stay second and third. Ella Stevens is not going to improve. I'm not sure if there's going to be any last-minute changes to really push drivers up through the field, but I think we're going to remain at that. So Ella Stevens is going to be the fastest driver from qualifying, and that means that she will start the first race of the weekend from the front. So Ella Stevens, pole position. Oakley Keatley in second. Nathan Ty in third, from Charlie Humphreys in fourth. Kylan Ingram in fifth place. Then Jamie Gurney in sixth. Callum Lockett in seventh, from Archie Heron in eighth place. Great work from the rookie. Ninth is Aiden Hassan. 10th is Craig Evans, another top rookie there. Then the rest of the field are rookies. Lily Jeffs, Jamie Scott, Hudson Cross. Then we've got Josh Turnbull in there. And then we have Chase Sharp, Jamie Warner, and the ever-improving Jake Bell, who's made a lot of progress this weekend, and good to see him moving their way through the field. Don't be disheartened, fans of Jake Bell, who are hoping for a really good run. But everybody has to start somewhere. I can remember a few drivers that far back in terms of their lap times, and by the next season they were fighting for victory. So you've only got to look at Callum Lockett, who had a similar run last season, was a few seconds back, and now this year is right on the pace. So very encouraging stuff. Good luck to Jake. Love Mum and Jaden watching at home. They're going to get an awful lot of good stuff out of him today, I think. So Ella Stevens is on top of the tree in the qualifying session. She goes fastest from Oakley Keatley, Nathan Ty and Charlie Humphreys, with Kylan Ingram, Jamie Gurney, Callum Lockett, Archie Heron, Aiden Hassan and Craig Evans rounding out the top 10 in front of Lily Jeffs and Jamie Scott, Hudson Cross, Josh Turnbull, Chase Sharp, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. So that is the running from the qualifying session, and that is how they will start the first race of the weekend. So Ella Stevens will start race one from pole position. Alongside will be Oakley Keatley. So really exciting stuff from the drivers. Now we move on from the birelART cadets, moving on to the juniors. It's time to get ready for racing. We are about to get into the action for the first of 9 races today, and it is going to be the cadets who start things off with gusto and excitement, and it will be a very tough race indeed for the first of these cadet races, with Ella Stevens, champion from last year and fighting for the championship in 2018, starting from the front of the grid alongside Oakley Keatley. This will be a really interesting battle for the two of them as they run to the first corner. Nathan Ty will hunt them down from third position on the grid, and in there as well for the fight. There's going to be a really close battle with those cadets in position. Really excited about this one, to be fair. We're going to have a really exciting day at the office from the cadets. 3 races over the course of the day. The first one will set things up very nicely for that run to the podium. And the cadets have had an absolutely cracking weekend. They've been on bikes and Segway chairs and hoverboards all weekend, playing at the park next door, exploring all of the nooks and crannies, camping, barbecues, doing laps around the track last night. I was with them on my own bike, actually. Very good fun, and I think I've lost at least 14 stone over the last 24 hours. If I haven't, I'll be very disappointed. Anyway, the cadets having a cracking evening yesterday, a great day of practice all the way through Saturday, but now the serious business of racing gets underway. It's that old adage in the world of cadet racing: after the gates, no mates. But always they are racing very, very cleanly here, and that's what we love about this championship. The driving standards are always incredibly high. In the Cadets Championship in particular, it's always very impressive to see as these new drivers to the world of motor racing at national level. Honestly, the microphone on the PA system trying to shut me up. That's never going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. Anyway, all sorts of nooks and crannies of technical difficulty, but we're fighting our way through it. Don't worry about it, folks. We're still live on Downforce UK's radio stream, and of course live on the birelART UK Series Facebook page as well for all of those unable to make it here this weekend. The live stream giving all of the fans back home a real flavour of the action. It's baking hot. It's crisp and dry weather here at Clay Pigeon Raceway. And judging by the complexion of a few of the mechanics up and down the paddock here, and a few of the spectators as well, some of them you could roast bacon on the backs of their necks. It's that hot round here. It's a very, very tall order for the drivers to keep on top of things, particularly when it comes to tyre delamination. There's a lot of tyre melting going on over the course of the weekend, and a few drivers will have to be very, very attentive to how well they look after their tyres. Not so much in the cadets as it is in the juniors and the seniors, but the racecraft is definitely going to be an interesting factor to add to everything we've had so far this weekend from the cadets, and they are getting themselves ready for the off. Ella Stevens and Oakley Keatley on that front row of the starting grid. Barely a tenth of a second between them. Then we have Nathan Ty and Charlie Humphreys on that second row of the grid. Both have the chance to win this race and get their weekend off to a cracking start. Kylan Ingram and Jamie Gurney, two of the top names from last year and still battling away for supremacy. They will be hard to beat going into this weekend. Callum Lockett, ever improving, in a very strong 7th position on the grid. Great to see him there. Alongside the lead rookie this weekend, Archie Heron, who is not far away from the leading pace at all. And I'm sure he'll be starting to knock on the doors of 39-second lap times by the end of this weekend. Aidan Hassan in 9th position on the grid, hoping for a strong run up to the top 6. We saw him battle brilliantly at Landau. Surely he'll have another strong form. And then Craig Evans inside the top 10 there as well as the 2nd fastest rookie at the moment. But that could change. Lily Jeffs and Hudson Cross having a great weekend thus far. Find themselves on the 6th row of the starting grid. Josh Turnbull and Chase Sharp are there on the 7th row. And then we have Jamie Warner and Jake Bell, two drivers who will more than be able to take advantage of other people's misdemeanors. So it's going to be a really fantastic performance. Jamie Scott, of course, was in the mix and will now have to start the race from the back of the grid, unfortunately. So we will see Jamie Scott work his way forward from 17th, but there's going to be plenty of great overtaking from him. He is not a slow driver in the slightest, so we'll watch Jamie charge his way forward very easily indeed, I'm sure. Now, we've got racing going on for these 3 categories, and we've got people watching on the live stream on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, not just across Great Britain, but all over the world, as far as Australia, or is it New Zealand? I'm not sure. It's certainly down under. Ellie Chapman, I can never remember which country it is, but George Friday from all the family down under are watching. Goodness me, it must be barbecue o'clock where you are. It must be about 11 o'clock at night. Very good. Excellent. Well done. Well chosen. Much better evening's entertainment than Australia's Got Talent or whatever it is that's sweeping the board in your particular neck of the woods. This is much more entertaining. We've got the cadets about to go out onto the circuit with the battle joined between Ella Stevens and Oakley Keatley on the front row of the starting grid. And they always give us fantastic entertainment and great race action, as do the other 15 drivers behind. It's always close in the cadets. We'll have some brilliant race action from them. And here at Clay Pigeon in particular, where it's all about slipstreaming, racecraft, and very impressive car control. these guys will be really on the ball right from the word go. So as the drivers get themselves into position on the dummy grid, we will get them back out into position. So hopefully we will have a very clean start from the off, because we've had some great racing from the cadets. It always tends to be pretty clean off the start in the cadets, because they know the golden rule of motor racing. You can't win the race in the first corner, but you can definitely lose it. And the cadets are very, very good at making sure that that doesn't happen. So we've got some great racing to come from them. But for my money, again, there's a good 7 or 8 drivers on this grid who have the chance to win races here this weekend. A good dozen of them who could be on the podium. So there's plenty to talk about, plenty to keep a focus on. And of course, we've always got 2 battles within one. We've got the championship battle at the front of the grid, but then we've also got the honours for the top rookie in the mix. And this weekend, it's a very good one, because we've got Archie Heron and Craig Evans right in there in the top 10 in the mix. And then we've got the ever popular Lily Jeffs, who's going faster and faster with every race meeting. She's in there and up for a good battle. Chase Sharp, Hudson Cross, they're all in the mix as well. Josh Turnbull's going faster and faster. Jamie Scott will be a good one to watch from the back as well, because even though he's in 17th place, he definitely won't finish there if that's his game plan. He's got plenty of time to make up, and he will make it. He's one of those drivers who's very crafty when it comes to overtaking. He knows how to move forward, and he's going to be an interesting one to watch. To be fair, the cadet quality of this grid in 2018 is one of the best quality grids I've seen for a long time in the birelART UK series. It's great to see the established guards towards the front, being challenged by a few of the rookies towards the tail end of the established elite, and then the rookies themselves are having a terrific battle, all getting up to speed pretty quickly. Hard to predict who's going to be the birelART UK Series Cadet Champion in either 2018 or 19 with this kind of field. So really exciting to see all these drivers moving forward and continuing to establish their moves. A sad sight to see that Dylan Briley isn't in the cadet field, of course. He was one of the top drivers in the mix, although stepping up to juniors, no hard feelings as far as he's concerned, and you'll see his race a little bit later on in the day. In fact, that is the next race that's going to be out on track. Green flags are almost ready to fly at the end of the pit lane. When they go out, the drivers will do their formation lap, and we will circuit for an absolutely fantastic battle. And I did think there were a few drivers missing from the fray. Ali Hussein is one of the cadets not here. Sabir writes in, good luck everyone, see you all at Fullbeck. I was hoping it was only a short absence, so Ali Hussein will be back in the paddock at Fullbeck. So we're waiting for the time to tick down, and we'll give the all clear and send the drivers out onto the circuit for a really exciting race. The cadet race, the first one of the weekend, is usually pretty up-tempo. The first race of the season, if you remember back at Landau, we had a race to the finish line where the 2 drivers across that line, Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye, were only separated by about 4 centimetres at the flag. Really exciting stuff. Green flag flies. Can they match that with race 1 here at Clay Pigeon? We're about to find out. The drivers head out on track, and it's time to go racing for the first time this weekend. This is the big one. Ella Stevens, Oakley Keatley, Nathan Tye, Charlie Humphreys, Kylan Ingram, Jamie Gurney. Then we have Callum Lockett in there as well for 7th position. Although we've got somebody not starting from the pit lane. That is the 49 of Jamie Scott. All sorts of problems so far this weekend, and it looks to me as though he has yet to start the race. So he may have to start this race from the pit lane. Right, I think Jamie Scott may have to start the race from the pit lane unless he can cut through and join the back of the field. Grid is forming up, so I think Jamie Scott is not quite going to have time to start the race from the back of the field. So he's going to go around again. So this is going to be one of 2 formation laps to allow Jamie Scott to get back into his position at the tail end of the field. So there is the signal from Andy Cox on the start-finish straight. Go round again, chaps. Go round again. We're not racing this time because we're going to give Jamie Scott the chance to rejoin at the back of the field. So we're not racing yet. And the drivers will go around in formation. And so we're going to get a really interesting race when it gets going. So we're not starting just yet. But the action is going to be on tenterhooks as we go round on that formation lap. Natalie Keatley writes from home, birthday podium? Question mark? Well, there's a good possibility. Oakley Keatley from the front row of the grid is in a very strong position off this starting line. So if he keeps it all on the straight and narrow and does what he does best, there is a very, very good chance of it. Through the horseshoe they will go, and then up towards the last couple of corners. before we get racing for the first time this weekend. And it will be with the Cadet 60s as they run for position. What a battle this is set to be, as the drivers will put themselves right into the heart of the action, with Ella Stevens at the front of the field, Oakley Keatley alongside, Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys on the second row of the grid. We're about to go racing then for the first time this weekend, for the first of 9 races in the 2018 field here at Clay Pigeon. It is time for action to begin. They come out of the final turn. The engine revs will rise and we're about to go racing. They revs rise and they're going to be absolutely fine off the start. Yes, we are racing, surely. Good getaway from Ella Stevens at the front as she takes an early advantage. Ella Stevens takes the lead, no problem at all from the start. So as they work their way through the first couple of corners, it is no longer Ella Stevens leading. She's lost 2 places. Down to P3 she goes. It's Nathan Tye who leads from Kylan Ingram. So Nathan Tye and Kylan Ingram have got through into the lead. 4th position now is Ella Stevens, because up to 3rd has come Oakley Keatley once more. Charlie Humphreys there in P5. 6th is Gurney. 7th is Hassan in front of Callum Lockett. Then it is the leading rookie Craig Evans now in front of Lily Jeffs and Archie Heron. Then Josh Turnbull. 100 Hudson Cross from Chase Sharp. Jamie Scott's already made the move further back down the field, so there's a lot of battles getting us started already. But Tye and Keatley are out in front. Ingram 3rd. Stevens in 4th position. Cracking start to the race here, but the leading 4 are already starting to break clear of Charlie Humphreys if they can. Well, Humphreys trying to go with them, but these 5 look like they're going to push away from the rest of the field. Gurney in 6th position. 7th is Hassan. Then it's Lockett, Evans, Jeffs, Heron, Turnbull. Crossy's in there in 13th from Chase Sharp. Then it's Jamie Warner, Jamie Scott, and Jack Bell as Ella Stevens makes the move for 3rd. Ella Stevens through into P3. So Stevens gets past Kylan Ingram for 3rd position as they go into the final turn. And it looks like Keatley's hit the front. So Oakley Keatley's got through past Nathan Tye. But these 2 want to work together to try and get away from the rest of the field. Ingram is going to try and fight her way. Ingram is going to try and fight with Ella Stevens to move their way forward. Really exciting stuff at the start of this race. But Keatley leads it from Nathan Tye, Ella Stevens, Kylan Ingram and Charlie Humphreys. Humphreys has now made the move up to 4th position. So Humphreys is through into P4. Stevens now tagging onto the back of Nathan Tye. Oakley Keatley in the lead of this race from Keatley, Tye and Stevens. Humphreys in 4th, Ingram in 5th. Then Jamie Gurney's broken clear of Hassan and Lockett as they battle away for 7th place. Nathan Tye on the back of Oakley Keatley in the final turn. So down the straight once more. Oakley Keatley in front of Nathan Tye. Ella Stevens in P3 as they race through the first corner. And it looks like Charlie Humphreys is going to go with them. He's going to try and break away from Kylan Ingram, but the race is going to be very tough indeed from here on in. Ella Stevens knows how to make the difference. She's there in 3rd position. Nathan Tye trying to get away with cooperation from Oakley Keatley as they battle their way forward, but Ella Stevens has dropped Charlie Humphreys by a few kart lengths, and now they're going to have to work very hard to shake her off. Aiden Hassan makes the move on Callum Lockett and through back into 7th position as they dice for the place. Leading rookie is now Craig Evans in front of Archie Heron, who makes the move on Lily Jeffs. Jeffs has to back out round the far side. Here comes Ella Stevens trying to swarm away. Goodness me, Ella Stevens working very hard to try and get through on the inside there. But it's Oakley Keatley leading from Nathan Tye in 2nd, Stevens in 3rd, Humphreys, Ingram, Gurney, Hassan, Lockett, Evans and Heron in the top 10. Then it's Lily Jeffs from Josh Turnbull, Hudson Cross, Jamie Scott up to 14th. Then it's Chase Sharp, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. And there's a change for the leaders there. Nathan Tye's going to go through. No. In fact, Oakley Keatley's gesturing to Nathan Tye, come on, let's work together. Let's get away. Let's move away from Ella Stevens if we can. But Ella Stevens is right there in 3rd place. Charlie Humphreys getting very close in P4 as well. Humphreys has got a real chance to outfox them all. We've got a yellow flag. Now, who's that's gone off? We've got a yellow flag, and that looks like we've had an off there from Chase Sharp, as Sharp has rejoined down at the back of the field, but Sharp has continued. So a little bit of an off there at the horseshoe from Sharp, but he's got recovered very quickly. And Ella Stevens there in 2nd place now. Ella Stevens up to 2nd position, made the move on Nathan Tye. So now Tye is going to try and edge Ella Stevens closer to the leader, Oakley Keatley. Humphreys and Ingram are still close, but Ella Stevens now in P2. Still quite a long way to go in this race. 4 minutes plus 1 lap. Here they come. So Ella Stevens with Nathan Tye in cooperation. They're going to try and rove round the far side of Oakley Keatley. Is she going to go the long way round and get to the inside line? Yes, Ella Stevens is in the lead. So Stevens has moved through and taken the lead of the race. Now it looks like Nathan Tye's gone through in a 2nd place as well. So Tye's through in a 2nd place. Now these 2 are going to get away. This is just like we saw at Landau. Stevens and Ty are moving to get away from the rest of the pack. Keatley in third, Humphreys in fourth, Ingram in fifth. So things going very well at the moment here at Clay Pigeon for anyone in that top five, but Keatley has got a little bit of a gap to make up between Ellis Stevens and Nathan Ty. But Ty plays the long game here. He knows how to get away from Ellis Stevens. So Nathan Ty is looking very good at the moment as Ellis Stevens continues to lead with Nathan Ty right on the back bumper. Keatley is there half a second back. Humphreys in fourth from Ingram, Gurney, and then we've got Hassan and Lockett absolutely raging with each other. Aiden Hassan and Callum Lockett are in an amazing battle for 7th place right now. Here they come, locked together as they come off of the S's, and Hassan has dealt with Lockett once again, and that's allowing Craig Evans to get closer. So this battle with Aiden Hassan leading the charge, Callum Lockett trying to get alongside, Craig Evans, Archie Heron and Lily Jeffs, the 3 top rookies in this class this year, really having a great run. So this is going to be interesting. Will Archie Heron make the move on Craig Evans as Hassan has got Callum Lockett breathing down his neck once again. Here comes Callum Lockett down the main straight trying to get a move on Hassan. Evans and Heron are very close together. The 2 leaders are stretching out the advantage, but Aiden Hassan's having a great fight here for 7th place in front of Callum Lockett. Then it is Evans, Heron, Jeffs, and then it looks like behind them we've got Hudson Cross now up in a P12. But Callum Lockett again trying to make this move on Aiden Hassan. This is smart work from the rookies actually, being there in 9th, 10th and 11th, just watching what Hassan and Lockett do. So they battle away for position. Really exciting stuff. And now Ellis and Nathan Ty are going through the traffic. They've just got past Jake, but they are still locked together. What about this battle between Aiden Hassan and Callum Lockett? Archie Heron trying to make the move on Craig Evans. Evans is going to go for the move on Lockett into the first corner. Evans is there to the inside. Beautiful move from Evans. He's up in a P8. Great work from Craig Evans. That was a really sweet move. We got blue flags as the leaders are now starting to go through the traffic. They've got past Jake Bell. They're now making the move on Chase Sharp. And Lily Jeffs has made the move. Archie Heron has made the move on Lockett. Lockett's gone down to 11th place. So the rookies are flying. Heron and Jeffs are doing a great job. But Callum Lockett shouldn't be too disheartened. He's going to try and move his way forward. Now Craig Evans is having a go at Aiden Hassan. Can Craig Evans get himself into 7th place here as they come off the main straight? This is going to be interesting through turn 1. Aiden Hassan hanging on there in front of Craig Evans. Evans still battling hard with him. Likes that move into turn 2, hasn't been able to make it yet. Here come the leaders again, Stevens and Ty, still battling away. Keatley there in 3rd position, Humphreys and Ingram. And then in 6th place, Jamie Gurney. He's kind of in no man's land at the moment, Jamie Gurney. They're in P6, still doing great lap times, but unable to run at the top 5. Then we've got Hassan, still trying to shake off Craig Evans, and now Archie Heron's in there as well. Archie Heron is standing onto the back of Craig Evans. Can he make the move? They continue to battle. The leaders coming through the S's. Ellis Stevens still with Nathan Ty right behind. Oakley Keatley has dropped over a second back now. So 3rd position still looking likely for Keatley unless he gets another strong challenge from Charlie Humphreys. But this is great work from Nathan Ty. Nathan Ty now on the inside and takes the place of Ellis Stevens. So Nathan Ty takes the lead. Ellis Stevens will work with Nathan to try and move their way further forward. Ellis Stevens coming straight back. Nathan Ty moves to cover. Goodness me, that was close. As we're about to go towards the final dais. 1 more lap to go. Last lap, here we go. Last lap of the race, and Nathan Ty's got Ellis Stevens all over the place. Ellis Stevens trying to come back on the inside of Nathan Ty. Keatley 3rd from Humphreys, Ingram, and then Jamie Gurney. Here they come. Ellis Stevens has got Nathan Ty lined up. They're going to be able to use the traffic in front potentially. Ellis Stevens going to try and cut back the long way. Nathan Ty in defensive mode. Is Nathan Ty going to get the first win of the day here, or is Ellis Stevens going to pull a fast one? They've got a slow card in front. This is an opportunity for Ellis Stevens to cut through on the bars on the inside. Nathan Ty moves back to cut through, and Oakley Keatley gets through as well. Keatley's through in a 2nd place. It's going to be Nathan Ty from Oakley Keatley and Ellis Stevens. Nathan Ty wins it. Keatley 2nd, Stevens 3rd. Really good battle in the first race of the weekend. And that's an off from Craig Evans as he battles away with Hassan and Heron. Oh dear, so that's Craig Evans, his bid to be the top rookie dash for the moment. But here comes Aiden Hassan battling away with Callum Lockett and Archie Heron. Lockett can't quite beat Heron across the line, but Archie Heron is the top rookie in the dais. Oh, what a close battle. Nathan Ty takes the win. Ellis Stevens impeded by traffic on the last lap. Drops down to 3rd at the finish of it. What a race. But Nathan Tye, the championship leader, bangs in another victory there. Really good racing from Nathan Tye. Oakley Keatley, a fantastic final lap to make up the difference and grab second place. A birthday podium definitely on then for Oakley Keatley. Third position, Ella Stevens. She'll have plenty of chances to come back, but what a fight. Humphries in fourth, Ingram is fifth, Jamie Gurney a solid sixth place. From Aidan Hassan, the leading rookie is Archie Heron this time. Then it is Callum Lockett and Lily Jeffs inside the top 10. From Craig Evans, Hudson Cross, Josh Turnbull, Jamie Scott, Jamie Warner, then Chase Sharp and Jake Bell. What a first race in the Cadets. Goodness me. Battle for the victory, battle for seventh. Very, very, very difficult to figure out which way to look, but great racing for the birelART Cadets. And if you enjoyed that, well, I can guarantee you the birelART Juniors will give us even more great action. But it's first blood to Nathan Tye here this weekend in the birelART Cadets in front of Oakley Keatley and Ella Stevens. There's more great action on the way from the birelART Juniors. Jamie Gurney, Aidan Hassan, Archie Heron, Callum Lockett and Lily Jeffs in the top 10, with the rest of the rookies charging after them. So who's going to get the second victory of the weekend? We're about to find out, because the talking and the build-up and anticipation will now focus on the race itself. They come up to the lines, all things going very well indeed at the trams, and the lights out. We are racing. Let's double check. No, well, we've still had the red lights on the top of the gantry, but the timer has ticked down. So I guess we are racing, are we? Let's double check. Well, the lights are still on. No, so we are not racing. So the racing is going to, a false start there. So the racing will start once more. This will be the third formation lap, just to make sure that the tension is even more upbeat. So the drivers will go around this beautiful Clay Pigeon circuit where 30 years ago, very nearly to the week, 30 years ago, Jenson Button took his first steps on this very race circuit to becoming a Formula One world champion. He started here at this very circuit, and I wonder if we've got another potential Formula One world champion in the midst. The birelART UK Series paddock has produced quite a few top talents, including Formula 3 racer Jake Hughes, who's currently doing a grand job. Let's see how the drivers are going. Line now, we wait for the start. This time it's a good one, and we are racing, and it's a cracking start right from the off as Ella Stevens tries to move away into second position on the off, and she's there into second place straight away. Ella Stevens from third, so a good start there. But out in front it is Nathan Tye who leads the way. Stevens second, Keatley is third with a hard charge from Kylan Ingram up in fourth position. Charlie Humphries a good start in fifth. Gurney's there in sixth from Hassan. Craig Evans having a great start up into eighth place past Callum Lockett, Lily Jeffs, Archie Heron, and then Jamie Scott. Jamie Scott's had a great start, up 2 places to 12th. So a brilliant getaway from him. Josh Turnbull's giving chase. Then it is the likes of the four behind of Warner, Sharp, and then of course we have Hudson Cross in there battling away with Chase Sharp, Warner and Jake Bell. So Nathan Tye leads, Ella Stevens second, and we did say that from third position Ella Stevens would have a good chance off the start, and she has done so, right into second place, chasing down Nathan Tye. It's a tough race. Here goes Ella Stevens for the lead immediately into the second lap, and she's there. Ella Stevens takes the lead. Great start to the race then from Ella. So she leads from Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley. Fourth is Kylan Ingram. Charlie Humphries place. Jamie Gurney again struggling to keep up with them. As the top 5 are trying to break away. Aidan Hassan leading a brilliant battle for 7th place further back. Craig Evans is back in the mix now, having worked his way back forward. And here comes Callum Lockett side by side with Evans. Lily Jeffs and Archie Heron getting close. And here comes Jamie Scott. Jamie Scott is on the comeback trail. The leaders are going through the S's at the moment. It is Ella Stevens from Tye, Keatley, Ingram and Humphries. So a great run there as they come up towards that tied right-hander where Stevens took the lead last time. So Stevens leading, Tye second, Keatley third, Ingram and Humphries are not far away. There's a titanic scrap for 7th position behind these guys. Aidan Hassan holding off the attentions of Craig Evans as Lily Jeffs makes the move on Archie Heron, trying to come through. So the leaders are running in formation. Ella Stevens going well in the lead of the race. Second place, Nathan Tye getting some help from Oakley Keatley. That's definitely going to help in the battle for victory. But this time Ella Stevens looks well planted in the lead of the race as the birelART Cadets continue to battle. And the reigning champion, Ella Stevens, is P1 right now. Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley giving so much pressure as they come up the top bar of the circuit. 4th is Ingram. 5th is Charlie Humphries, and 6th, Jamie Gurney. Then for 7th position further back, there is a magnificent scrap. 3 wide coming into the horseshoe very nearly as Hassan holds on in front of Craig Evans. Brilliant stuff. Callum Lockett is next up. Then it's Archie Heron, Lily Jeffs and Jamie Scott. Great racing. The leaders are very close too. Ella Stevens still there in front. Let's look back and watch this battle for the top 7. Look at it. Hassan is right in the mix there with Craig Evans battling away from Callum Lockett, Archie Heron, Lily Jeffs and Jamie Scott. Really exciting racing at the moment as they continue to battle for position. This is terrific stuff as they scrap away. Ella Stevens is your leader. 2nd is Nathan Tye. 3rd is Oakley Keatley. Then it's Kylan Ingram, Charlie Humphries, Gurney. And then we've got a great battle further back as Aidan Hassan has held on in front of Craig Evans. Callum Lockett, Lily Jeffs now tucked at the back of the queue behind Archie Heron and Jamie Scott. Ella Stevens still running in the lead of her battle at the moment. Terrific grudge matches all around the circuit as they continue to battle away. Great racing here. Aidan Hassan's got a lot of work to do to hang on in front of her and run of the battle in the midst of the bat. In front of Heron, I was going to say, actually, and then I got distracted. Heron is in the mix, trying to work progress through. Still Stevens, Tye and Keatley at the front. Ingram and Humphries. Gurney in 6th place. Hassan hanging on in front of Craig Evans. Callum Lockett. Then Archie Heron, Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs. And a great battle between these 4 as they work together in position there. 7th position. The battle is on. 6 of them all scrapping away majestically. Out to the far side of the circuit. Evans looking for a move and diving down the inside. That's a great move from Jamie Scott. Jamie Scott gets the move on Archie Heron. So Jamie Scott is through. Ella Stevens still leads the way from Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley as they battle away for 1st and 3rd. Ingram's got Charlie Humphries closing him down, so Humphries is getting very close. If he's going to get a chance to go through, it needs to be sooner rather than later. Humphries will want an opportunity to move forward. Just trying to see if we're all okay around the circuit. Some good battles all over the circuit at the moment. Good battles. Hassan, Evans, Scott, Heron and Jeffs in the battle for 7th position. The leaders come through once again. Stevens still in front of Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley. Ingram and Humphries are about a 2nd or so back, but it's still very tight at this early stage of proceedings. We've got traffic to deal with, first of all, from Jake Bell. But the leaders are coming up, and Ingram is going to make the move to try and cover Charlie Humphries, but Humphries is through and in 4th place. Nice move there from Humphries. All 3 of the leaders get by Jake Bell without issue there. So it's still Stevens, Tye and Keatley. It's going to be a 3-way battle for victory with Humphries trying to close in on them. Ingram being shaken off rapidly. The 7th place battle is still absolutely amazing. And it's absolutely locked together as Scott now tries to make the move on the inside of Callum Lockett for 9th place. Doesn't get there. Hassan trying to shake off Craig Evans. Scott looking for a way past the inside of Callum Lockett. There's nothing between them as they battle away for position. This is brilliant. They all 6 of them charge forward together. Hassan, Evans, Lockett, Scott, Heron and Jeffs. Terrific racing between the 6 of them. The 3 leaders are still stretching out an advantage out front. Stevens at the helm, Tye in 2nd, Keatley 3rd. Still a bit of a way to go. 4 minutes plus 1 lap. So Stevens controls the pace out front. Bit of a mistake there from Nathan Tye. That's going to give Oakley Keatley a chance to close up. But Ella Stevens still working hard as Hassan holds them off again. Lockett has had to hang back a little bit, and that's Archie Heron through past Jamie Scott into P10. Craig Evans trying to stretch Aidan Hassan further forward. Great little tussle. Nathan Tye goes for the lead up at the horseshoe, and Tye is through, and Keatley is through. They both got past Ella Stevens there. Stevens is going to get straight back in for 2nd place, trying to assert herself on the inside line. Keatley is still holding on. They bang wheels twice, 3 times, and Stevens has to hang back in 3rd position. So close, but Tye is now your leader. Keatley 2nd, Stevens 3rd. Still pushing hard. Great racing, and look at the squabble for 7th place. This is absolutely brilliant. We've got Aidan Hassan, Craig Evans, Lockett, now on the inside Scott, who's come back to 10th position. He's got Archie Heron on him, and also in there Lily Jeffs. The 6 of them still racing away, and that's a move for the lead. That's Keatley. Keatley takes over the lead, so that's the 3rd different leader in 1 lap. Oakley Keatley has now grabbed the lead of this one. They've got traffic to deal with. Nathan Tye goes with Keatley. Stevens gets there as well. Nathan Tye's going to go up the inside and take the lead of the race. They bang wheels. No, he doesn't. Stevens is now going to spit out and go for 2nd.
Oh, this is close. Terrific stuff from them as they continue to scrap away for position. And Aiden Hassan still hanging on to the 7th place battle. That is Craig Evans and Callum Lockett right in there from Scott, Heron and Jeffs. Now Ella Stevens is going for the move on the inside of Nathan Tye for 2nd place, and she's got it. 2nd place Stevens. So she gets through and into P2. Nathan Tye is now going to try and work with Stevens to move further forward. P2 for Ella Stevens at the moment as she charges up towards Buttons, through the right-hander, and then into Pit Bend. So, can Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye get back on terms with Oakley Keatley? If Oakley Keatley gets the win, it will be his first win in the birelART UK Series overall, and he's definitely deserved it. Stevens goes for the lead. She leaves it late, and that's held her up. Nathan Tye's now back on the inside and takes 2nd place. Oakley Keatley looks like he's clearing away in the victory. Stevens will try again for 2nd place, but Nathan Tye is going to hang on to 2nd for the moment. Oakley Keatley, 1 minute and a half off the dais. Can Oakley Keatley pick up his first victory in the Cadet Championship? He was the lead rookie last year, did so many great performances, was on the podium last time at Landau. But can Oakley Keatley get his first win in the birelART UK Series Cadets? It will be a big moment if he gets there, and it's totally and utterly deserved. Terrific racing all the way through thus far. Support from drivers all over the world watching as Ella Stevens pushes on the back of Nathan Tye. This is another good opportunity as Ella Stevens closes up on Nathan Tye. They're going to try and get the gap down. They've got a lot of traffic coming up, where it's going to be really close. Here comes Craig Evans making the move on Aiden Hassan down the main straight. Hassan's going to move to cover. He holds on to 7th place. Lockett's in there. So too Lily Jeffs now in 10th place, having got past Scott and Heron. Really great racing from them as they all battle away. We're in the last few seconds of the race. I make it 2 laps to go as Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye continue to work closer to get onto the tail of Oakley Keatley. Can Oakley Keatley get the victory this time? Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye are quite far back, but now Ella Stevens is going to try and move Oakley Keatley further forward. Still the battle raging as Kylan Ingram has got further up in 4th place. Where's Charlie Humphreys? Humphreys has fallen away. Jamie Gurney is in there. Now wait a minute. What has happened to Charlie Humphreys? He's dropped back to 6th position. So something has happened to Humphreys. He's had a mistake somewhere or something. But we now go into the last lap. Here we go. Oakley Keatley, Ella Stevens trying to hold it round the outside of Nathan Tye to get back into 2nd position. Ella Stevens trying to pick up more points here on Nathan Tye. They came together so close to the line, but I think Oakley Keatley's got the win for the first time in the birelART UK Series Cadets. Oakley Keatley is going to hit the top spot, and what an amazing fight it's been for him to get there. Worked so hard last year, was the top rookie last year. Now he's going to come of age in the Cadets after a brilliant battle. He leads by over a second as Tye and Stevens continue to squabble. They're going to race for the line. Stevens could grab 2nd, but Keatley wins. Oakley Keatley gets his first win in the birelART Cadets. Stevens beats Tye to the line for 2nd. Stevens gets 2nd. But what a moment that is for Oakley Keatley. At last, he gets his first win in the birelART UK Series Cadets. It's been a long, long time coming for Oakley Keatley, and now he is victorious at last. And that means he will start from pole position for the final. The 7th place battle is not over yet. Ingram 4th, Gurney 5th, and Humphreys 6th. But Hassan's going to get in front of Evans and Lockett. Then it is Scott, Jeffs and Heron. What a scrap to the flag. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. But Oakley Keatley at last is victorious. He has worked so hard. He had so much bad luck last year when things were going well. And now Oakley Keatley finally gets his first taste of victory in the birelART UK Series Cadets. And it is so well deserved. That was amazing racing. Fantastic job from Oakley Keatley. Picked his moment to perfection, got the lead, and held on when Ella Stevens made the move for the victory. Wasn't going to work. Oakley Keatley determined to win. And what a victory. He's done it. He's done it at last. And Oakley Keatley finally gets his first win in Cadets. And that was such a great drive to get there. Stevens second from Ty, Ingram, Gurney, Humphreys, Aidan Hassan winning the 7th place battle from Evans, Lockett, Scott, Jeffson, Heron. Then it's Chase Sharp from Josh Turnbull, Hudson Cross, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. Well, that was fantastic. Oakley Keatley gets his first win in the birelART UK Series Cadets. It's great to get new winners on the dais, and here at Clay Pigeon, he really has worked hard for that one. Such a worthy victory for Oakley Keatley. No longer a rookie, no longer a new boy, and definitely a victor in fine style. Absolutely terrific job and a really, really great battle. They put in an absolutely fantastic job. They've been waiting for that one for a long, long time, and it's finally come to them, and totally and utterly deserved victory. Really good fight. Well, that's a big deal for Oakley Keatley, and I'm sure Rob and Oakley will be celebrating. Barry Ashcroft sends his best wishes, by the way, boys. Fantastic race. He's watching. Well done, Oakley and Rob. Brilliant stuff. Amazing racing. And it was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Well, that is the birelART Cadets, and that sets the grid for their final later on. However, next up, it is the juniors, who always deliver just as much, if not more, action. So this is the one that everybody wants to win. This is the final in each of the 3 classes. And this is the one where they take away silverware. It's been a very tough weekend up to this point for everybody. They've worked very hard indeed. They've put in an awful lot of effort to get to this point. But we go into the cadet final with a new man at the top of the dais in pole position, fresh off his first win in the birelART UK Series Cadets. Oakley Keatley, pole position for the first time, and exactly where he deserves to be after what's been a cracking weekend for him so far. Now he's got the first one out the way. The job is simple. Do it again. Alongside him, Ella Stevens, champion from last year, second on the grid for this one, right in the hunt, having been 3rd in race 1, 2nd in race 2. There's no guesses where she's intending to be for the final. Nathan Ty, championship leader coming into the weekend, a win earlier, a 3rd in that one. This is going to be a tough one for him. But all 3 of these drivers in the front 3 look like they're going to be the ones stretching out in front of the rest of the field, with the battle very, very closely matched between them all as they battle for supremacy. We're just waiting for the 101 cadet to show out. So is the 101 cadet coming out onto the grid? We're just waiting to see if there is going to be the 101 cadet, because it hasn't so far. Apparently the 101 is not going to be starting the final. That's a real shame. So we've just been told, unfortunately, the 101 is not going to be making the start of the final. That is a real shame. So we'll talk about that in just a short moment or so. But great racing on the way from those top 3 we mentioned in the cadets. Leading the chasing pack is Kylan Ingram. It'll be really interesting to see how Kylan Ingram gets on from that 2nd row of the grid. A good start in prospect, and it could be a very interesting run from there on it. No, there is the 101 coming back into the pits. So there we go. The 101 will take the start. Thank goodness for that. So I thought that was a bit premature, but the 101 is now coming back into the race, and there we go. So that is Jamie Warner. So Jamie Warner will be taking up the start as expected. Good to hear. So now the drivers making their way to the grid once more. And it is going to be 5th position on the grid for Jamie Gurney. That inside line going to be a very interesting place to start from. If he can hold that line all the way through to turn 2, then he should be able to hold station in position very nicely. But Charlie Humphreys alongside him on that 3rd row of the grid is going to be pushing for it straight off the bat. And that little error in the earlier race is already a distant memory, but from that inside line for turn 1, you can make a lot of progress from there. So Charlie Humphreys definitely not out of dodge yet. Aidan Hassan in the 4th row of the grid on that inside line again. Make great progress over the course of the weekend and is continuing to do so. So it'll be interesting to see how well he from 7th place. 8th position on the grid is going to be the leading rookie. This time it's not Archie Heron, it's Craig Evans. Although Archie Heron is very close in with connections there. Callum Lockett is in the mix too, in 9th position on the grid, still doing a great job in his 2nd season in the cadets. A rookie last year and making up time. This year, he's not making up the numbers. He's pushing very hard for the top 10s every time he goes out. So the birelART Cadets grid for the final is obviously going to be the one that everybody is going to be focusing on, and everybody watching around the world will be keeping an eye on this one, as the birelART Cadets 60 grid is going to be very, very tight. as the Cadets drivers get themselves ready for the action here on what has been an absolutely gorgeous weekend at Clay Pigeon. Rain has not even been a factor, or even a threat of a factor, in any way, shape or form this weekend. And it's going to stay bone dry throughout as well. We're not going to get any rain at all. And it will be a gorgeous end to what has already been a fantastic weekend. Since the Friday, people have been down here, camping in their great numbers, enjoying the race action. And through the practice yesterday and through the heat haze, it's now time for the big one. The race final, with Oakley Keatley and Ella Stevens on that front row of the grid from Nathan Tye and Kylan Ingram. Jamie Gurney and Charlie Humphreys on the third row of the grid, with Aidan Hassan and Craig Evans giving chase. And then, of course, behind them, we have Callum Lockett and Jamie Scott, who has worked his way up into the top 10 after some fantastic drives in those first two races. So hopefully it's just going to continue going from there. But that front row of the grid is still going to be a very tough challenge from Oakley Keatley on the outside line for turn 1, and Ella Stevens, the reigning champion, on that inside line for turn 1, but they will reverse those roles for turn 2. So it's all about how well they get through that first corner. But Keatley, Stevens and Tye have been the three battling for the victories in both of these two races. In fact, both of these two weekends it's been between those three. And I have a feeling if they continue up this kind of form, it could be those three for the championship in 2018 as well. If they just continue this kind of form everywhere we go, what's really going to be an interesting test is 2 weeks' time at Fullbeck, who is going to be the one in top. But Kylan Ingram, Jamie Gurney and Charlie Humphreys will have a lot to say about that one. They will not want to let the pace get away. Aidan Hassan, 7th position, still has plenty of time to make as well. But the leading rookie, Craig Evans, has been very impressive. And after two very close battles between the rookies, Archie Heron winning the first, Craig Evans winning the second, are we going to get a different rookie in position there this time? Because Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs are threatening to move their way forward as well. So let's see how those two go from their positions. Lily Jeffs on the 6th row of the grid in 11th place on the grid, and Jamie Scott starting from 10th on the grid, just a little way in front of her. Lily Jeffs alongside Archie Heron on the grid. Chase Sharp is the next best rookie, 13th on the starting grid, and it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep on to the back of those guys. He's getting faster and faster with every weekend. In fact, faster and faster with every session, we should point out. So he's making up big grounds, considering that his debut in the championship was supposed to come next time out at Fullbeck. It's actually really impressive to see that they decided to go straight in at Wilton. They didn't get to race at Wilton, but that actually helped the preparation a little bit for Landau. And then here at Clay Pigeon, and he doesn't look like a rookie anymore. He looks like he's been doing it for a few meetings, so already the pace is coming. Alongside him on the grid is going to be a very talented youngster in Josh Turnbull. And then, of course, we've got the likes of Hudson Cross, 101 Jamie Warner, and Jake Bell, the 75, should be there as well. So it's a great run and some brilliant performances from the drivers so far over the course of the day. Melissa Zaffino is watching at home. Come on, Lockett 92. Callum Lockett from that inside line in the top 10 is already going to prove to be a very worthy contender in the 2018 season. Good to see him moving forward. But all of the cadets are up for a great scrap. They've already had two, but the third one is the one that's the most important, and it will declare the silverware a little bit later on as well. So as time ticks on, tension mounts. All of the drivers in the cadets wanting to finish their weekend off on a high. It will be very interesting racing from them. And we'll see how things go from their point of view. Beside me, actually, as we get ready for the cadets, is the man who's just left the cadet championship, Dylan Briley, who's moving up to the juniors, and he'll be out next. Dylan, do you miss these guys? I know you've been racing with them for the last couple of seasons or so. Do you miss them already?
Yeah, they're all like so much fun. It's sort of sad, but
well, obviously you've got your junior final coming up, and that's going to be a really interesting race because you've already found the sweet spot with this kart and you're enjoying it, and things are going very well.
yeah, we can hopefully push on because we didn't have the best of starts. We had to sort of recover it a bit, but we'll try and push on to see if we can get further up the order.
And it's a great period for racing in you at the moment anyway, because you've got a lot of local support for this weekend, and it looks as though, you know, for the rest of the season you're going to have a really good year.
Yeah, thank you.
No probs. Let's go racing, the Cadet 60 final here at Clay Pigeon, and it will be a really interesting race. Oakley Keatley, the latest winner in the birelART UK Cadet Series Championship, becomes the third different winner this year after Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens. Ella Stevens lines up beside Oakley Keatley on that front row of the grid. Third is going to be Nathan Tye. Alongside him on the starting grid is Kylan Ingram, having a great rejuvenation in 2018. Then it's Jamie Gurney, not quite at the same speed he wants to be, but he is gunning for that inside line in 5th position on the grid. Charlie Humphries is there. Oh, and that's a spin on the rolling lap from the 101 of Jamie Warner. So it's just as well that they're going to have 2 formation laps, because he will get another opportunity to get back into position. Aidan Hassan and Craig Evans will be on the 4th row of the grid, with Callum Lockett and Jamie Scott on the 5th row of the starting grid. Then it will be Lily Jeffs and Archie Heron on row 6. And then in behind them, we'll have Chase Sharp in 13th position. And alongside him on the grid is going to be the other rookie, Josh Turnbull. And then we'll have the other 3 drivers in position. I didn't actually see the 75 of Jake Bell, so I'm hoping he's on the grid. But Hudson Cross and Jamie Warner are there in 15th and 16th. And I think that's all of them, actually, because although it's showing that Jake Bell should be starting 17th on the grid, I'm not entirely sure he is racing in this last race of the day. So it's been a tough weekend so far, but there are 16 of them on the grid, and this is going to be a really interesting battle for them. Now, is that Jake Bell trying to make up ground at the back, or is that Hudson Cross in the 100? Yes, that's Hudson Cross trying to get back into position alongside Jamie Warner. If they control the pace, he should have time to get there before the race begins. Yes, he will. So now it's about the front of the field. Keatley versus Stevens to that first start of the race. They're going round again, apparently. So after 2 formation laps, there is going to be another one. So a 3rd formation lap. I wonder if that's because it took a bit of a time for the 100 to come back into position. But it is so tight at the front of this field between those 3 drivers, and I completely agree with Barry Ashcroft. Too close to call. Can't pick a winner. Oakley Keatley, Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye. 3 drivers who can all win and have all done so this year. This weekend it's been a win apiece for Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley. Oakley Keatley's first in the championship in the pre-final. He starts pole, but they all know about Ella Stevens and her pace. Last year's champion, already a winner this year. But is it going to be a victory for Keatley, for Stevens, or for Tye? Or if they battle, is it going to be somewhere else? Not just watching in Australia, watching in Canada as well, as the Valverdes are watching live from Toronto. Out of the final turn we go. This is it. This is the start we've been waiting for. Keatley's going to get a good one. So too is Stevens, with assistance from Ingram, and away we go. And it's going to be a start of perfection from Oakley Keatley. He will lead the way here. Ella Stevens tucks into 3rd position. That's Kylan Ingram, I think, through in a 2nd place, is it? No, it's Nathan Tye. My apologies. Ingram's there in P5. A great start from Jamie Gurney, but Ingram straight up the inside into P4. Great move there from Kylan Ingram. And now it looks like Charlie Humphries is going to repeat the move. Yes, he's through, up in a P5. So a cracking start, and Keatley and Tye are now trying to get away. Keatley and Tye working together to stretch out the gap out in front. Pushing on and doing a great job. Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley working together as they charge forward. Ella Stevens in 3rd position. 4th is Ingram. 5th is Humphries. 6th is Gurney. Then it's Aidan Hassan. And then we'll have the absolute pack of dogs squabbling away for 8th position down. Ella Stevens still there in 3rd position, charging after our 2 leaders. But this is the strategy for Keatley and Tye to stretch away, pull out a gap, and then with a couple of laps to go, fight for positions. But Ella Stevens never quite lets that happen. Kylan Ingram's right there in P4. Charlie Humphries in 5th. 6th is Gurney. 7th is Hassan. Then 8th is Jamie Scott. The leading rookie is now Jamie Scott. Are we going to have 3 completely different rookies as the lead rookie in this class? Next it's Craig Evans, then Callum Lockett, Lily Jeffs and Archie Heron. Then it's Josh Turnbull battling it out with Chase Sharp. And we've got Hudson Cross battling with Jamie Warner. There's races everywhere you look in the cadet grid. Here comes Stevens making the move on the inside, and Nathan Tye in into 2nd place. Good move there from Ella Stevens up into P2. So Oakley Keatley leads. Stevens back to 2nd from Tye, Ingram and Humphries. Gurney's in 6th, Hassan 7th. Then it's Scott, Evans, Lockett, Jeffs, Heron, Turnbull and Sharp, and Warner and Cross are duking it out for position. So Ella Stevens now has a great chance here to charge after Oakley Keatley for the lead of the race. Their game plan has not worked. They're not going to be able to stretch away and leave Ella Stevens for dead. She's going to fight her way back through the S's. Ella Stevens hustling for the lead here on the back of Oakley Keatley. She's got a chance and she's going for the lead immediately, and she's there in the first position. Nathan Tye going to try and come through as well. Oakley Keatley holds the line. Nathan Tye decides to hang back in a third position and work with Keatley. Ingram and Humphries are now right on them. It's a five-way scrap for the victory. Ingram and Humphries are not out of this yet. Fourth and fifth, and they're right in the mix. So Nathan Tye working with Oakley Keatley to move forward. Ella Stevens, your new race leader once again. Are we going to get three different winners from the first three races of the weekend from these cadets? Up towards the hairpin once again, and this time Nathan Tye looking for a way to come past on Oakley Keatley. Keatley tries to get a move on the inside of Stevens. Stevens will not let it happen. So Ella Stevens leads the way. Still in first place from Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley as they battle, and now Oakley Keatley's got the position, and Ella Stevens having to fend off from Nathan Tye. So Keatley's through on the exit of the horseshoe, and now they're back onto the main straight as Keatley takes the lead. Ella Stevens in second, Nathan Tye in third. Fourth is Ingram, fifth is Humphries, Gurney in sixth place. Humphries now up to fourth place on Kylan Ingram. So Charlie Humphries has made the move for P4. Really interesting battles. Turnbull and Sharp are still battling away. Looks like Jamie Warner's lost out to Hudson Cross for the moment. But how about this for the leading battle? Five of them still in the fight. Stevens trying to shake off Nathan Tye and get on terms with Oakley Keatley, but Nathan Tye will not be beaten easily as Ella Stevens has another crack at Oakley Keatley out of the final turn. If she gets a good run, she may get a chance to go for the lead into turn two. Nathan Tye is right there with him as they battle on. Ella Stevens looking for a gap on the inside. Nathan Tye decides to dive on the inside of Ella Stevens and takes second. Nathan Tye's through to second. So Nathan Tye moves up into P2. So now it's Keatley from Tye and Stevens. Stevens is going to try again, but Nathan Tye's late breaking into the hairpin gives him a little bit more room to play with. Fourth is Humphries, fifth is Ingram, sixth is Gurney, then it's Hassan, then it's an absolute dogfight. Jamie Scott in front of Craig Evans, Callum Lockett, Archie Heron and Lily Jeffs. Great racing between these five. Aiden Hassan's got rid of them for the moment. Evans having to move to cover Callum Lockett. Archie Heron and Lily Jeffs in there as well. The leaders come over the line. And Ella Stevens in third behind Oakley Keatley and Nathan Tye. And what a move from Craig Evans. Evans makes the move in the final turn and gets the place as Nathan Tye gets up alongside Oakley Keatley in the S's. Doesn't quite get the move. Now Ella Stevens has got momentum. She's going to get through in a second. Good move from Stevens. And there goes Humphries. Humphries is through in a third. Tye's going to have to defend to the inside. Now Humphries runs wide. Ingram's back through. Oh my goodness, what a battle. And that's given Keatley a good advantage over Stevens for the moment. So Keatley's got a lead of about half a second. He laps Jamie Warner. Ella Stevens is going to try her best not to get held up at the back here, and they move around the outside. Good overtakes there. They've all got through cleanly. Great racing further back as Craig Evans has now got away from Lockett, Scott, Heron and Jeffs. Lily Jeffs at the inside goes for the move. Meanwhile, Nathan Tye is trying to work with Ella Stevens to get back on terms with Oakley Keatley. This race is well and truly on. 6 minutes 15 plus 1 lap, and Ella Stevens and Nathan Tye charging after the race leader, Oakley Keatley. Fourth place for Kylan Ingram. Fifth is Humphries. Sixth is Gurney. Seventh Hassan. Eighth is Craig Evans. A great battle between the rookies as Lily Jeffs has a go at Jamie Scott. Tries to make the move on the inside. Now looks to the outside. Tries to get the switchback for the final turn. Terrific racing. And Ella Stevens now second with Nathan Tye right behind her, getting closer and closer to Oakley Keatley. They are getting the gap down. Ella Stevens looks pretty strong out of the chicane. She's not going to go for the move on Keatley just yet, but Nathan Tye's going to take the bait and goes for second and gets it. Nathan Tye through in a second place. So that is Nathan Tye back in a second position, as he wanted to be at least, but now he's going to try and close up on Keatley. Keatley can't run away, but he has held a great lead for the moment. Tye running very deep. Ella Stevens likewise. They've got to be careful with track limits out of that final turn. They've got to be careful. They're pushing very hard. They don't want to lose time. But at the moment, it is Oakley Keatley leading from Nathan Tye and Ella Stevens. Ingram and Humphries are very close together now for fourth and fifth. Blue flags as they lap the back markers. But Ella Stevens is keeping herself very much in the hunt, right on the back of Nathan Tye. And Humphries and Ingram are compromised a little bit. Humphries is held up. And that's going to drop him off the back of the pack. That's a real shame there. He's going to remain in 5th, but he just can't quite find a way past Hudson Cross. And that's going to be a big problem for Humphries. His chance to come through looks like it's going to go. Humphries is now trying to find a way to get past. And Humphries a little bit irritable as he goes past Hudson Cross. But now Nathan Tye is right on the back of Oakley Keatley. How about this? Right on the back. Down to the hairpin once again. Nathan Tye not going for the move just yet. Oakley Keatley leading the way still. Nathan Tye second. Ella Stevens third from Kylan Ingram. And they're still running beautifully at the moment. 4th position, Kylan Ingram watching for a moment. Here comes Nathan Tye on the inside of Keatley. They bang wheels as they go side by side. And now Ella Stevens has got a run on them. Ella Stevens found the far side. Can Ella Stevens keep her foot in? She's going to get squeezed by Keatley. Keatley trying to come right round the outside and hangs on a 2nd position. Ella Stevens gets her foot back in. How did Keatley hang on a 2nd place there? Ella Stevens is now backed up into Kylan Ingram. Oakley Keatley with nerves of steel hangs on a 2nd place. That was absolutely amazing driving. And still he has a chance to win this one with Nathan Tye out front. So Tye leads it. Keatley 2nd, 3rd Stevens, 4th is Kylan Ingram. 5th is Humphries, 6th Jamie Gurney. Hassan is being caught by the battle behind now. Evans is catching. Lockett, Scott, Jeffs and Heron all in the mix. But up at the front, it is still a tight battle. Nathan Tye has been caught again by Oakley Keatley. Ella Stevens in 3rd place, still charging hard as they battle for 3 minutes plus 1 lap to go. This is going to be a really close battle. Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley have got more traffic to deal with now. They've got Chase Sharp up in front of them. They've got to pick their moment wisely. Nathan Tye through, Oakley Keatley through, Ella Stevens will be through as well. Terrific racing and great battles at the moment as they continue to battle. Now we've got Ingram losing a bit of ground to Chase Sharp. In 4th position, they go through, but it's very tight. The battle further back is very close as well. We've got Aiden Hassad hanging on in front of Craig Evans, Callum Lockett, and then the 3 rookies, Scott, Heron and Jeffs, all battling away. Jeffs now in 11th position, by the way. But Ella Stevens is right back in the hunt on the back of Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley. This is the one they wanted. This is the battle. 2 minutes plus 1 lap to go. So let's see if Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley and Ella Stevens can have a great run for the finish line. This is going to be the big battle. And they are going to race for the victory there as Ella Stevens close up behind Oakley Keatley and Nathan Tye. They go through. They've got more traffic to deal with as they lap Josh Turnbull. Ella Stevens has made up a lot of time in the traffic there. So Ella Stevens will be right on the back of these two as they come through the S's. Back up towards the hairpin. Oakley Keatley now going to try and make the move on Nathan Tye. Can Ella Stevens get the gap down? Nathan Tye hanging on to the victory for the moment in front of Oakley Keatley. They're still trying to get away. Stevens is not giving up yet. She is still there in 3rd position, running out of time, but running out of laps. But she's still in the hunt. She's not done yet. Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley very close together out of the final turn as Ella Stevens keeps pushing. The 3 of them still in the mix, fighting for the victory. Kylan Ingram 4th. Charlie Humphries is 5th from Jamie Gurney. Then it is Aiden Hassan, Evans, Lockett, Scott, Jeffs, Heron, Turnbull. Then it is Sharp, Cross and Warner. But still these 3 continue to battle. They're not going to catch the gap for 10th position. So once they got past Jamie Warner, they will not have any more traffic to deal with. Ella Stevens is absolutely eating into the advantage these 2 have got. But Nathan Tye and Oakley Keatley are very close. Jamie Warner's going to get the blue flag down the main straight. He's going to need to get out of the way of these 3 battling away for the victory down the main straight. Tye's got to pick his moment. Keatley's going to come round the far side. Ella Stevens needs to go with them here. Go on the inside. Oh, goodness me. Keatley and Jamie Warner accidentally banged wheels there. Thank goodness neither of them came off the circuit. That was a very near miss for Oakley Keatley, just ending up rubbing wheels there with Jamie Warner as he lapped him. But now he's on the back of Nathan Tye. We're running out of seconds now. This is going to be the last lap coming up. And Oakley Keatley knows it. Can he get one over on Nathan Tye? Stevens get one final chance. They come out of the final turn, and this is it. The last lap of Clay Pigeon for the Cadets. Here they come. Oakley Keatley's got a great run. He's going to try and make the move on Nathan Ty. Ty's going to defend. Ellis Stevens is going to get a chance. Keatley's going to come for the switchback move. He can't get there. Ellis Stevens up and over the curbs in the chicane, trying to come back at him. Now Oakley Keatley's going to go for it. Nathan Ty defends to the inside hairpin, and they go through the right-hander. Oakley Keatley's going to get alongside Nathan Ty on the switchback. Nathan Ty will defend to the inside. Keatley moves to cover. Ellis Stevens is held up. I think it's going to be between these two, Ty and Keatley. Can Keatley plunge into the last turn? He's having a go. Nathan Ty's going to hold it, but Keatley's going to come past. It's going to be close to the line. Here comes Keatley, and Nathan Ty's done it. Nathan Ty wins. What a sensational victory. Just as in Landau, here at Clay Pigeon, Nathan Ty wins the cadet final. Keatley is second, Stevens is third. Fourth is Kylan Ingram from Humphreys and Gurney. Look at this battle on the last lap. It's a real squabble as they work their way through. Seventh place is going to be Aiden Hassan, but who's going to get the top rookie spot? Oh, it's close for the line. Who got the top rookie spot? It's Jamie Scott. Jamie Scott gets there only just in front of Archie Heron by 2/100ths of a second. Three different rookies taking the top rookie honor in cadets this weekend. We had Archie Heron, we had Craig Evans, and now by 2/100ths of a second, we've got the man who wins the rookie class. That is Jamie Scott. By 2/100ths of a second. Unbelievable. Oh, hang on a minute. In front of them was Craig Evans. My apologies. Evans was ahead of them. So Evans is actually the top rookie. I didn't see him 2 places in front. Goodness me. So Craig Evans did fight his way to 8th place. Scott was the second rookie in front of Archie Heron. Lily Jeffs in the 4th place for the rookies. But Nathan Ty beats Keatley by 0.084. Ellis Stevens in 3rd. Kylan Ingram is 4th from Charlie Humphreys, Jamie Gurney, Aiden Hassan. The lead rookie is Craig Evans. Callum Lockett is 9th from Jamie Scott in 10th. Archie Heron 11th. Lily Jeffs, Josh Turnbull, Hudson Cross. And then we have the last 2 home. That is Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner. Wow. I barely got any vocal cords left for the last 2 races. The cadets have been absolutely astonishing. Nathan Ty, back-to-back finals victories there. Really, really exciting stuff. And a brilliant victory for Nathan Ty. As he did in the final at Landau, he does it again here at Clay Pigeon. And what a result. Fantastic job from Nathan Ty. Second for Oakley Keatley. A great weekend for him. He's definitely moving forward in the championship standings. And a terrific win for Nathan Ty. What a result. In the cadets, that was always going to be tough. It was always going to be so close to call. But from 3rd on the grid for the final, Nathan Ty is the top cadet here this weekend in the final. And that will extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship. What a result. What a great job. What about the guys behind that top 3 battle, though? Kylan Ingram will be quite happy to be best of the rest. Picked up some good points there for 4th position. Frustrations for Charlie Humphreys. Had a great chance in that one and was impeded by traffic in the wrong time. And good racing from Jamie Gurney, albeit in no man's land. A top 6 he'll be very happy with. And a 7th place for Aiden Hassan. Top rookie, Craig Evans in the end of it. The cheeky chappie has done a great job here for 8th place. And again, that's well deserved. Wow, the cadets always put on a good show. And that was a great end to the cadet category for this weekend. We move on now to the junior battle with the expectation and the understanding that they're going to be just as epic to watch. In each of our classes for the cadets, juniors and super elites. It is time to give out our trophies on the dais for our prize winners. So we will start with the leading rookie from the cadets 60 final, the number 98 from 8th position overall, Craig Evans. Well done, Craig. Go grab your trophy and we'll get you up onto the podium. You can take a nice, it's the rookie winner. I thought you said you were going to help. Going to have a quick spot on the podium for a photograph opportunity there. Your top rookie, Craig Evans on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, your top rookie. Now we come to our 3rd place finisher in the cadet class, and it is the number 5 of Nathan Ty. Well done to Nathan. Congratulations. Yeah, that's right, Craig. That's right, Craig. You stay there in rookie position. That's fine. Our second position driver, the number 1, Ella Stevens. Well done to Ella. And, of course, to our race winner, the number 9, a fantastic victory with a first win earlier and a second win in the second. Ladies and gentlemen, Oakley Keatley! Congratulations, Oakley. Well done, buddy. So here are our cadets on the podium. Our leading rookie, Craig Evans, finishing 8th overall. And our top three drivers on the dais, to Nathan Tye, to Ella Stevens, and Oakley Keatley. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get everybody on the top step of the podium for a joint picture. That'll be really good if we can get there as well. And then anybody who wants to take pictures can do. You'd have to be nice and quick. Craig, now squeeze in. Give him a bit of room, Nathan. Come on. There we go. Squeeze him in. Do the best you can. There we are. So all of our drivers there on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand, please, for Craig, for Nathan, for Ella, and for Oakley Keatley, our race winner. We'll get a quick word in there with Oakley on the top step. The others can scarper. You're absolutely fine. I know you all want to scarper. Oakley, fantastic racing today. Your first win earlier on, and then you pick up another one in the second.
Yeah. Some of it a bit of luck, but yeah.
What's the relief like to finally get the first victories done?
Don't know.
You genuinely are speechless. This is very rare for you, because normally you're gabbing away. Next time out at Fullbeck, can we do it again?
Possibly, yeah.
Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, Oakley Keatley.